Welcome back, Mech Warriors. I'm Luscious Balzac from FJRD, bringing you Tournament of Stars, Season 3. This is a Division, I believe, G? Division G matchup between ER Flaming Surats and Black Pants Legion's 69th Falcon Irregulars, Turkina's Cloaca. Now, that is a mouthful to say, so I'm not going to say that every time. I'm probably just going to call them the Irregulars from here on out. Anyways.
Discover customer service.
Okay. Sorry, that was an ad on Twitch. Anyways, joining me today is, go ahead and introduce yourself.
My name is Fritzer, and I'm playing for the Naughty Ravens on the ER side. And I've been on NW since day one, so I'm a founder.
Founder? Sheesh. That's like, it's what, 11 years of playing MechWarrior?
Too long time and too many C-bills.
Too many C-bills, indeed. But yeah, so this is Tournament of Stars. It's a 5v5 tournament. Clan only technology, so you can only bring clan mechs. Some special rules for Tournament of Stars are that it's a single point conquest for the game mode, so kind of like King of the Hill. Players are allowed to bring legendary mechs, however you can only bring one legendary mech per drop, and you can only bring legendary mechs once per match. However, do note that you can only bring legendaries that are purchasable through the in-game store. So, you know, if you're sitting there thinking, oh, players should bring the Axum, they can't. At least not yet. I believe further on in the tournament, the Axum will be available for C-bills. I don't know. Not entirely sure on that. But we'll see when the time comes, if it comes. Another little special rule for Tournament of Stars is that Drop 1 is split up into 3 duels, the first of which is a 1v1 followed by 2 2v2s. The 1v1 is done with a trial mech, and for this week, that trial mech is the Hunchback 2C. Yeah, I think that about covers it. Did I get everything, Fritzer?
Yeah, sounds about right. It's going to be interesting to see how these guys handle the stock loadouts.
Yeah, the Hunchback 2C trial, it's pretty toasty from what I remember.
Yeah, I agree. It's they need to worry about the heat management and really cycle their shots and barely pinpoint.
Alrighty, both teams are ready, so let's get into the match. So you're playing in this tournament, correct?
Yes, I am.
Yeah, Naughty Ravens, you said.
Naughty Ravens.
Were you doing the 1v1, or did you have somebody else on your team do the 1v1s?
Since our team is trying to do as much as possible for the team members, I decided not to do any duels, so they get a chance to get more drops in.
Gotcha.
This is command. Nice. Eliminate all enemies, no matter the cost.
It's more of a learning experience for our team and our division, I would say.
Yeah. Alrighty. Players have loaded in. They're out of their little elevator. Looks like Hedgehog going for the big spire. Mercu going water side, south side of the map. Hedgehog underneath the arch right now, just pushing towards Mercu, taking damage on his way in. Mercu still fresh. Ooh, great burn by Mercu onto Hedgehog. Getting a nice burn on that left torso. And Mercu's left arm, just got blown off. Ooh. Right arm of Hedgehog is gone. Hedgehog's CT and left torso are both open right now. Mercu backing off a little bit.
Yeah, Mercu's playing this really good, really cycling his shots out. Not
really
unnecessary
is.
shooting.
Hedgehog trying to take cover behind the rock. Mercu sitting in the water, trying to make use of the increased cooling via the water for his heat sinks. And down goes Hedgehog to a CT shot. Yeah, Mercu still having armor on all of his front components. Really doing a really good job of spreading that damage across the mech. So that's going to be a flaming Surats win. And I'm going to update the scoreboard here real fast. There we go. Mercu dealing 345 damage, Hedgehog 156. So how much practice do you think Mercu got in that trial hunchback?
Not to give away too much, but I think that Mirko and those guys put quite a while into dueling, as it is a bit part of this tournament to get the points out. So I think they put a special time in just doing the duels.
Yeah, I can imagine players wanting to be performing their best, so they're putting in all that time, all that effort, trying to get better at 1v1s and 2v2s.
It sure will, and it sure helps a lot. It's still 5 points on the line here, so it could give you a huge help in the upcoming matches, just for the score wise as well.
Yep. Oh, that's one thing that I forgot about the rules. Tournament of Stars point system is determined primarily on destroying mechs. You get one point for a win on a drop, but the majority of your points come from actually destroying the enemy mechs.
Yep, and that also includes team kills or blowing yourself up. It's all kills for the counter.
Yep. Now remember that team kills do award your enemy a point because, one of your friendly mechs has died. So, yeah. Try not to get the team kills unless you want to award your opponents points. And it looks like Team 1 is locked. And so is Team 2. I realize now that I forgot to switch back to the lobby view, but you know what? It's fine. Lobbies aren't taking that long. So over here on the blue side, that's the Irregulars. We have Fish with an Orion 2CC, 2 Ultra AC-10s, 2 Flamers, 3 SRM-6 with Artemis, and Kaiju in a Direwolf C with 6 AC-5. What do you got over there on the red team, Fritzer?
I got Raptorian is using the night gear with Gauss and ER large. And I need to find the other guy because he's already on the way. Dasmin is in a Direwolf C with Ultra AC2s and AC2s, both taking the high ground.
Oh. AC2 and UAC2s.
Yeah, split in 4 and 4.
Yeah. Looks like Irregulars kind of confused that they haven't taken any shots yet. They're looking around, scanning the area, checking the corners, trying to figure out where their opponents might be.
Yeah, Flaming Surats is sitting up and scouting both angles as much as they can, covering all angles. There's the first shots coming out from Desmine.
And Kaiju returning fire at range with those AC-5s. Kaiju taking a pounding in that CT. Ooh, wow. Tuna Fish. Fish just got his center torso almost broken through the armor. That armor is low on the CT. Now, when you're in
both are retorting. Go ahead.
When you're in a brawl mech such as the Orion 2C, you know, you don't really want to have your torso ripped open that quickly. So
both Mean and Raptorian here on the Flaming Surats is in good position to cover both angles.
Yep.
Unfortunately, the other guys are probably stuck. They're not coming down.
Irregulars throwing up a UAV, checking to make sure that there's not a push coming. Kaiju peeking the corner and getting instantly punished for it. Looks like Irregulars is unsure on what to do at the moment. Irregulars backing up. I think maybe they're gonna try to wrap really wide around the map.
You're correct about that one, and Mean and both Raptorian are now moving towards the far left.
Fish taking a couple of shots as he crosses the gap, but still just kind of following Kaiju around. They know that both of the enemies are together way at the other side of the map. Kaiju firing well outside of his optimal.
Yeah, they're gonna have to try to find some way of advancing this, but the Surats has very good positioning at this point. They're covering all the lanes.
Yep. I think Irregulars is being a little bit too hesitant on just simply pushing in. I feel like
now they're simply falling back all the way to their spawn points.
Yeah, they're pulling way back.
Yeah. Maybe they're trying to flank again. Just trying to get as much cover as they can when they move around. Maybe. They do have almost 7.5 minutes, so they have time to repositioning, but problem is that the Surats are just sticking on those 3 platforms and just moving across.
Fish being the advanced scout for Kaiju right now.
And they might actually tank this. I'm looking at Mean's mech right now, and he's almost 150 rounds left on both the weapon groups. So he's starting to use a little bit on the ammo part.
150 rounds left with AC2s, UAC2s. That's it's not a whole lot of ammo left.
No, if they might actually be able to tank him out of the tunnel.
Both of the Irregulars mechs CTs are open now. Fish's left torso open. as well as Kaiju. Okay, so both mechs are open CT left torso.
Alright, he comes in, try to the push. It's gonna be over open ground. It's gonna cost them a lot to move up.
Yep. I feel like they bled a lot of armor getting up into that position and then turning around. Yeah, they bled a lot of time and a lot of armor.
Indeed, they were the same position as they were almost 2 minutes ago.
Yep. Down goes Fish, followed shortly after by Kaiju. That is another ER Flaming Surats win. This time 2-0.
A very strong position from the Flaming Surats back there.
Very, very strong. Look at that. Das Mean Liam dropping 765 damage. He got the farm in.
Yeah, that explains his ammo count. He really was throwing it out there.
And let's swap those team sides. Boom, switch the server. We're back to European. And now it's off to the mech factory. But yeah, very, very good setup by both teams. You know, I've been seeing a lot of riflemen and some night gears here and there for the 2v2. What was your team's pick for the 2v2s this week?
We actually had the same as the Flaming Surats, but we went all with the AC2 Dhaka.
Ah.
We lost this duel because the enemy team pushed up quite aggressively and then managed to go through our team's legs because the team up there's the legs are quite showing, you can't really hide them.
Yep.
But we took a lot of damage through legs, and that's how they won.
Gotcha. And it looks like Flaming Surats is locked. Just waiting on the Irregulars currently. Now, did your team end up bringing a Warthog to the mech factory 2v2?
We did.
Nice. Seems like every team is bringing a Warthog.
It's a really strong mech, and I've seen a lot of different setups on it. Everything from just machine guns to just AP gauss to a mix of the two. So it's quite versatile while it still packs a punch.
That's true. Me personally, on my Warthog, I run what is it? It's got what, 14 total ballistic slots, right?
I think something like that, yes.
So in that case, I run 7, I believe it's 7 heavy machine guns, 7 AP Gauss on mine. AP Gauss in the torso mounts, while the HMG, no, sorry, the AP Gauss is on the arms, while the HMGs are on the torsos. And I like to run it that way just because, you know, you get more DPS that way than strictly AP Gauss. You know, as long as you're within 150 meters. But the AP Gauss in the arms is solely for the fact that I like to shoot down UAVs whenever I can. And having heavy machine guns in those arms just doesn't allow for
enemies, no matter the cost.
That makes perfect sense.
Speaking of Warthogs, both teams this drop bringing a Warthog. Mintaka in a Warthog with 14 AP Gauss and a medium pulse laser. Clap Spatten in a Stormcrow Prime with 12 small pulse.
We got Paquette on the Brother Baron. And the other one is also, like I said, it's the W Warthog with heavy. No, there's actually but heavy machine guns and heavy smalls on the Grinner team.
Very interesting. Heavy machine guns, heavy small laser.
ER's Warthog taking a lot of damage. That's right.
Yeah, Irregulars Warthog almost legged. That right leg is almost gone. Flaming Surats Warthog right leg open as well. Grinning Thief getting shots off.
Yeah, Cat's bat and overheater.
Oof.
One taken down.
Mintaka trying to take out Brother Baron through the CT, manages to get the kill.
Oh, so we close one on the legs. Oh, we got through.
Mintaka just inching out of victory there.
That's real close. 37% left of your mech.
Very nicely done. Well fought, both sides. Wow, that was close.
That was really close. Good taking advantage of it there, but the Grinning Thief with the shutdown to get in the back and rip it open.
Oh yeah.
Good situation for that one.
Alrighty. Now we get to move on to the 5v5s. So we're starting off, we're going to Bear Claw. Gotta switch the timer off to 15 minutes, switch the game mode to Conquest, and switch the team placards on the stream to make sure that the team names line up with the teams that they're actually supposed to be covering.
Indeed.
But yeah, just gonna wait here for teams to invite the rest of their players. Hey Fritzer, do you like seltzer water?
I don't think so. I don't think I've actually tried that one.
Seltzer water, like sparkling water?
Ah, okay, yeah. No, I'm good with that. I keep it just regular.
Just regular?
Yeah. From my old days.
Gotcha.
Alright, let's see how this drop is going to be interesting to see how they're going to set up on the approaches to the point and how active they're going to be around the actual cap point here. Yes, I'm actually going to try to take the cap point to force some actions.
Yeah. I don't know. From some of the matches casted yesterday, we've seen people try and cover just solely the top. We've seen teams fight through that little city that's right below the cap. We've seen fights all over the place, actually, in the vicinity of Kappa. So it'll be interesting to see if anybody tries to sneak a mech around, or two, maybe three. I know that yesterday there was a match where a team was able to sneak three incubuses right underneath the nose of an enemy mech that was trying to watch out towards the city. So maybe we'll get to see that happen again.
There are options. I mean, there is only one cap point, and there's really no rush into taking it. You still have time, and so you can do some maneuvering, especially the slider drops where you have the speed on the max as well.
Mm-hmm. I wonder if anybody would be. I wonder if anybody has ever thought about just sitting in their cap point, or not their cap point, their drop zone, for like 3.5 minutes, and letting the enemy team capture the point, and then start to get worried, you know, that the enemy team's gonna try to come from behind them. You know?
Yeah, it's definitely open. Or as you said, you could push through the 4 line, go through the spaceport, down low, get around all the way to the other cap, and come up that side. As I said, if you get much time for it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if you don't see the enemy after a while, you are starting to worry where they are, and that will start bringing people into, checking corners where they might not want to be, and you're starting to spread out your team a little bit to cover all the angles, and that might actually get you an advantage if you can push at the right time.
Exactly. You know, if you can take that first mech by surprise and just eliminate it from the fight, you're instantly at an advantage. You know, yeah, you're down on cap point ticks, but you're at a mech advantage. The enemy team is confused and just baffled by what's going on. I think it would be an interesting tactic.
It is, and it kills you're still rewarded for kills more than the cap. So I mean, and it's 5v5. You start getting one or two mechs down, it's going to snowball quite heavily in your favor if you get that first mech when you're still fresh when you do it. So yeah, having a ambush tactics or irregular tactics is something definitely to try out, and something that might actually work very well when you surprise people with a push from an unsuspecting angle.
Yeah, you know, like if you can get the enemy team to think that you're rotating around the map, so they turn around, you can just push them from your side as you normally would. You know?
Indeed. Yeah, indeed. And those small distractions, there can be that they're scouting an area but they don't find you, but you are in that area, and that's one scouting mech, and yeah, that's it.
Alrighty. Both teams are locked. I'm just double checking the settings right now. Conquest Bear Claw, North America, 15 minutes, first person only. We're good.
All looks good.
But yeah, I personally, I would like to see some more of those irregular, not the team, but the more irregular strats. You know.
Indeed, and it's a good way to test out. I mean, it's 5v5. You can do a lot of different stuff. This map is a little bit more. You are focusing on a small area of the map, but that doesn't mean you're not allowed to use the rest of it. So people can just think outside the box, and they might actually surprise a team or two.
Yep. Okay, so over here on the irregular side, we have 4 Adder Warthogs and a Mad Dog Revenant. Get a reading on these Warthogs. AP Gauss, medium pulse. Heavy machine guns, heavy small. AP Gauss Flamer. Heavy machine guns Flamer. And the Mad Dog Revenant is rocking a LB-20 and 4 CERM 4s with Artemis.
All right. Well, on the other side, we have Warthog with AP Gauss and a medium pulse. Another one, Warthog with just heavy machine guns and medium pulse. With a Stormcrown Prime with all small pulses. And another Warthog with the AP Gauss and the medium pulse laser setup.
Nice. So yeah, I wonder how having the mixture of AP Gauss and heavy machine gun Warthogs is going to turn out for the Irregulars here. Because they have 2 and 2.
Yeah, and we'll see. Oh, they're They're really close, and they have not spotted each other.
Both teams
Oh.
now engaging.
Kappa is under
Looks
enemy
like
control.
Muzz is being the first target of priority by the Irregulars.
And he's dropping down and taking one mech with him down. They're switching focus.
Looks like the rest of the Irregulars following suit after Muzz. Kaiju getting legged. Right leg open as well now.
The Revenant staying tight to hold the retreat.
Bella here getting legged. Right torso open on the Mad Dog. Currently, the Irregulars are up a mech. Make that 2. Merkin just went down. Brother Baron goes down. Looks like Raptorian. Yep.
Yeah.
Raptorian just went down. So did Tuna Fish. Grinning Thief. Looking at the mech percentages here, Flaming Surats is in a very good position. Bella here goes down.
Both 2 mechs of the Flaming Surats are fresh. They should take this. They can be aggressive.
Yep.
And there we go.
down goes
The enemy has
Kaiju.
capped enough resources. We've failed.
GG. That's a 5-3 win for Flaming Surats.
Very interesting. Not much, not much setting up, not much scouting. Just running towards the point and then engaging in full speed.
Yep.
Very fast match.
Alrighty. And let's get to swapping those team sides. Alrighty. So now Flaming Surats is going to be Team 1, 69th Irregulars, Team 2. Now, I will say, Muzz dropping off and dragging 4 mechs to follow him. Like, I feel like that was a smart move. I don't think he expected 4 mechs to follow, but they did.
Yeah, and they were really gunning for him, so he will probably focus. He found out he was the focus target, dropped down, and they'll give the other guys free shots on the Lemling train going behind to drop down that small alleyway or that small gap. Yeah. So yeah, paid off huge.
Oh, paid off big time for.
I think they actually, I think they actually managed to leg 2 mechs on that route.
Yeah, they managed to leg a Warthog and the Mad Dog. So the Mad Dog was basically stuck, you know, because if he dropped down, it would take forever for him to get back up.
Indeed.
You know, so he kind of just had to stay put and start shielding that leg of his. That's right.
Oh,
EU.
yes. And well, and like you said, the Warthog was heavily used. It seems to be the favored mech for both the duels and also for the second drop. They're
Yep.
being used, like I said, heavily in different setup as well, which is interesting to see. It's not just all the AP gauss; it's a mixture of both.
Yeah, you know, it's interesting to see players bring the 14 HMG variant. I think it's a good idea to bring the 14 HMG. Yeah, it's just it's hit scan.
Definitely. And if something is open, those machine guns will tear it apart quite fast.
Oh yes. So we saw both teams just run headfirst at each other during drop 2, the first drop of Bear Claw 2. That was the light drop. This drop we get a little bit more weight. We're sitting at 275 tons. I wonder if these teams are just gonna unga bunga right into each other again, or if one team's gonna set up for a more of a receive, bringing more lasers.
Yeah, or not even that, just having one scout to recognize where the enemy is and fight them on your terms. Not being surprised when the enemy pops up, 200 meters, 300 meters in front of you.
Mm-hmm.
So it'll be interesting to see. I think it's going to be more of a situation that where they actually, try to scout a little bit more, finding where the enemy is, and then try to engage them on their turns.
Yeah, I'm guessing that there's going to be a lot of SRMs on this drop. I've been seeing that throughout all the matches so far. For week 1, is just SRMs. Lots of SRMs and Warthogs for the first 2 drops.
I'm gonna keep my opinions to myself on this one because I almost know. I think I'm probably sure what the Flaming Surats will be using for this drop. So I'll keep my opinions to myself on this one, not to spoil the fun.
All right. Looks like we're green across the board, just waiting for the locked call from the Irregulars. There we go. Former Red Rocket star of the Paw Patrol clan Good Boy. Uwu.
Those guys are sure know how to put a message on.
Oh,
sure.
Yes.
Every time. It brings a smile to your face every time as well, which is funny.
They're just a great group of people.
Yeah, they must have fun. That's for sure. I can only imagine how it'd be being in one of their drops.
Being in their voice comms.
Yeah, either it's utter little chaos or they're just laughing. I don't know, something that makes it that.
No, it's just a bunch of insults and yelling. Come on, it's MechWare. It's online gaming.
True.
Alrighty. ER Flaming Surats coming in right now, bringing 2 Stormcrows. One is a Prime, one is a Lacerator, and 3 Blacklanders. One is a Belinarius. The other 2 are Primes. On the Stormcrow Lacerator, we have 2 large pulse 10 ER micros. On the Prime, we have 2 large pulse 10 ER micros. Blacklander Belinarius with a bunch of red lasers. Prime with also a bunch of red lasers. And second Prime with a bunch of red lasers.
Alright, so like I said, it was a surprise. But the other team now, Tuna Fish is running the Timber Howl with ATMs and a tag. We got a Summoner G on the Hedgehog with ATMs and a light tag. A Mistlinks G with AP Gauss and Small on Belenair. We have a Jenner 2C with SRMs. And then we have one last Summoner G also with ATMs. So ATMs across the board on almost all of them.
Very interesting.
Interesting as well. ATMs on this map, there's a lot of cover, so
I mean, if the teams engage in the open area, those ATMs will be super useful.
Agreed, and there seems to be taking positions to try to cover the northern side of the points here. They're slicky trying to move up to the point, but they're holding back a little bit at the point now. See if they can get the other Surats to move up.
Yeah, one of the Black Laners. Oh, nope. Now all three of the Black Laners slowly moving up, creeping up. Stormcrows staggering their position. Very smart move. Just using the range of those large pulses to get out some early damage against the Irregulars. Got some.
Yeah, the regulars. Yeah, the regulars gonna have a hard time to push this. Either they have to go underneath to move up, and that might affect the ATMs, or they try to push out, and the Stormcrows gonna have a couple of good shots on them as they try to approach.
I feel like pushing the Stormcrows would be a very good idea. At least for right now, until those Black Laners become an issue.
Definitely, and now how do they respond? I mean, they could actually be aggressive here, the Surats, if they wanted to, because they know that the enemies, if they have got a scan on them, that you should have the ATMs, and they're not moving up. So if the summoners are not moving up, and they're shooting ATMs at you, well, yeah, there we go. Now they're coming.
Black Laners on the move. Honestly, I think BPL should actually just sit and wait. They have time. They have the cap.
I don't think BPL. Yeah, I don't think the regulars have their flanking coming on the Black Lanterns now. I don't think they've spotted them. Now they react. The seismic went off.
Yep.
No, haven't spotted them yet.
They haven't seen them.
No.
Just now seeing them. Here comes the fight. Clapspatten getting torn up. Being chased by Bella here in the Mistlinks. That's a lot of backshot damage on Clapspatten. Mistlinks pulling out, not wanting to be a part of a 2v1. Ralphie getting his legs out.
Yeah, Stormcrow's coming in from the upper side now, trying to get shots in.
Ooh.
Clapspatten is about to go down.
Yeah, Clapspatten getting his left torso blown off.
There's a flank on the Stormcrows. Did they get in position to put the fire down?
Bella here trying to tie up the Stormcrows right now. Bella here goes down. I am surprised that Clapspatten hasn't gone down. Kaiju goes down in that Jenner 2C.
Yeah, he's really tanking at 38%. And open CT.
Muzz at 34%.
There it goes.
Clapspatten
just gonna take it out.
Yep. Down goes Hedgehog. It is a 2v4 situation here. Now, Tactical Fish needs to get some damage on the mechs that aren't right next to him, because ATMs do have a minimum range of 60.
And they're trying. They got Mean as well.
Okay.
Mean is staying down first. Yeah, they're trying to cover each other now. They have I think Juju has lost his left torso, so he's almost weaponless.
Yeah, he's only got 3 small pulse laser left.
Yeah, since they're covering each other's flanks. Whoever engaged the other one takes the other one's shots.
Ralphie getting taken down.
Yeah, unfortunately, now they're just gonna move in.
Yep.
But interesting tactics, and it worked out really well, I must say, surprisingly well.
Surprisingly well. I think those ATM mechs should have just, instead of trying to engage the Black Laners, they should have pulled back instead of pushing down into the city as like they did.
Trying to get as much range and as much possible and spread out so they can cover each other. Whoever gets, attacked would have cover from the other teammates.
Exactly.
But unfortunately, they got stuck in that small way down and really didn't have a chance to get out of there before they got engaged from both sides.
Yep. We'll say very well played
Yeah.
Yeah. And those Black Lanterns with all the red lasers are just straight nasty. The amount of damage that they can drop on a component, especially a leg, is just, it's nasty. So much damage.
It really is, and that's what you want to see when you do this, especially with those builds that are I wouldn't say they're hot, but you're more hitting and running, moving in fast, getting get all the lasers on targets. As we saw, it takes just a couple of shots and you can rip through somebody. So if you get that focused fire going, it's going to make a huge difference for you in a fight.
Indeed.
We've captured resource point Sigma.
Alrighty. And that's going to be an ER win 5-3 once again.
Oh, that's interesting. Mintaka taking all 5 kills.
Oh, for real?
Yes.
Wow.
He was really cleaning up. Top damage as well, so he was really contributing in this fight with the Stormcrow.
He said om nom nom.
Oh, indeed. ATM mechs, they did also very well looking at the damage. It's just a little bit on the spread side, but
A little bit spread.
very, very well fought match here.
Yeah, I think if BPL just had slightly better positioning, they might have actually won that if they had slightly better positioning.
Yeah, a little bit more spread out, like to cover each other angles. Could make a huge difference, especially with the mechs that have jump jets. They could get out and get them up top of buildings and the lower ones to shoot across and over buildings if you want to do that, and that would give them, get them away from the sight of the Stormcrows for the large lasers. Large pulses.
Mm-hmm.
There were options. Unfortunately, I think when the Black Lanterns pushed through the city, it cut off that only way they could go, and moving up to the closer to the fallout cliff is getting the Stormcrows into action. So
Yep.
interesting to see what they could have done differently. But yeah, like you said, it's a little bit more spread out and just cover each other and learn. ATM the mech that's engaging your comrade will probably get you good shots. Maybe even get a couple of back shots as well.
Maybe, hopefully. I mean, that's the big hope when running ATMs, is that they're going to track to the CT, and if they're not looking at you, you get those sweet back shot into the CT, and then the missile crit. Whew.
Yeah, one lucky shot, one good alpha or two, and yeah, that's a gone mech.
So I have a question for you.
Shoot.
Do you have a favorite camo spec?
I would say it's going to be the Tiger ones. One of the, I wouldn't say one of the first units, one of the best unit that I was a part of was Sanguine Tigers and nine Sanguine Tigers. So we all had camo specs back then when we were running MRBC tournaments.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. So that's still one of my favorites. I had on most of my mechs, so definitely. What's yours?
Well, I primarily play the spider, and I always wanted gold on my spider, so the FRR camo spec does apply gold to it, which I'm very happy for. So I gotta say the FRR.
Oh, nice. I thought you were gonna say wolf because that makes your mech shine quite a bit. So if you take that and that in gold,
No.
you'll shine quite a bit.
Oh man, I want to say I would pay for Golden Spider, but I know for a fact I wouldn't. I would not drop $500 on a spider.
No, you're probably correct on that one. There are people that have put that much money into those mechs, and God bless them for putting that into the game. So, but yeah, no, myself, I would not. That's why I just paint my gold just to, like those one I would get.
Yep. Yeah. What's your favorite mech?
Hard to say. To be honest, I do like the Sun Spider D because I like the Dacia, and now the new Axiom as well. I would say one of those. I play so many different mechs for comp that I don't really have a favorite.
Gotcha.
So I would say, what's your second one? Because the Spider seems to be yours. Then I would guess.
Yes. Spider is my favorite. Second favorite? Ooh. Ooh, that's a toughie. Huh. Never really thought about a second favorite mech.
No, I get the feeling. It's when you go into comp, you go like, okay, I can put everybody in those mechs. So what's left for me? I'll just take that one.
Yeah. I don't know. When it comes to comp, I'm usually in a light mech, whether that's the Mistlinks, the Flea, an Incubus, just really any light mech. But
Yeah,
with
yeah.
with the large X pulse and the mag shot, we're seeing a lot more spiders coming back into comp.
They are interesting mechs, and now they can be used specifically for roles as well. So yeah,
Yeah.
which is good.
I know that during CS22 we were seeing the 4 HMG, one small pulse spider, but outside of that you would see spiders like the 5V being used as a cap bot, and that was about it.
Yeah. Well, CS is 5 caps. You can play to the advantage if you know you're having a good strat for it. Put the pressure on the enemy. So hasn't used it for sure.
Alrighty, over here on the regular side, that's the blue team. That's team one. We have 4 Orion 2Cs, 3 of which are the A variant, 1 is a C. And we have a Timberwolf S. On the Orion 2CA, we have LB20 or SERM 6. Let's take a look at these other onions. Same. Oh, 2 LB10, 3 SRM 6. LB20 for SRM6, and on the Timberwolf S, we have 5 ER Meads, 2 large pulse.
Alright, I'm having trouble loading in, so I'll be taking that in a second. So if you want to jump over to take the second team, it will be perfect time for me.
Alrighty, well, I'm seeing a mirror match here, honestly. Looking at the teams, we have 4 Orion 2CAs on Flaming Surats with a Timberwolf S. Are they all the same builds? 6 ER Meads, 2 large pulse on that Timberwolf for Flaming Surats, LB20 for SRM6, LB20 for SRM6.
They're all the same, yes.
Yep. So yeah, we got a mirror drop going on here.
The Irregulars are taking the irregular route on the outside.
Yes.
Very interesting.
Yes. They're sitting there, they're saying, "Hey, you know what? We're not going to meet you head on. We're going to let you do what you want to do. We know that you're going to be near the cap point, but we're going to try to catch you by surprise."
Oh, yeah. Surats just slither capping Theta, not even staying to take much of it. Just take a little bit and then running up again. Taking up out of positions.
Yeah, running off towards the city. Keeping the high ground. Looking around, you got mechs looking in almost every direction.
Yep. The only, only looking they're not looking is actually when the enemy might come.
Yeah.
If they keep going around there, they might actually go around the cap point and come that way. That's the only way they're actually. Now Muz is actually looking behind them now, but yeah.
Yeah, Flaming Surats looking very confused. Sending a Timberwolf out to the other side of the city to take a look around, see if they can find the Irregulars.
I would love to be on their Discord right now, hearing what they're saying, when they can't see the enemy like this. The enemy is nowhere to be found. They haven't even got a whiff of them.
Where are they?
Exactly. There's actually two of the Surats are actually looking the other way, so they're having their backs to the enemy. They might actually get an LBX shot into the back if they're unlucky, or if they're not spotted in time.
Alrighty, it looks like Irregulars are about to get eyes on Flaming Surats here.
There we go. Now they spotted them.
Teams have been spotted, players starting to engage. Alright, looks like Ralphie No Pants leading the charge in, getting shots off on Muz. Ralphie getting absolutely pummeled here. Ralphie almost down. Ralphie goes down.
Muz is very focused, but he's tanking real well, down to 30%, 27%, 25%, and he's still up.
Milsurp goes down. Hedgehog goes down. Jisatsu just getting all these glorious back shots. Muz finally succumbing to defeat. Grinning Thief, Overheatings. And all that's left for the Irregulars is Kaiju. Kaiju getting shot from all angles right now.
The enemy
Finally
has
goes
tapped
down.
enough resources.
Yeah,
That was interesting.
Very interesting. But when the fight actually broke down, both Clapspatten and Mirko were sitting on top of that hill, not even getting touched, getting free shots into that brawl, getting those back shots, opening up mechs, financial components.
Yep. And that's a Flaming Surats win 5-1. Very interesting tactic here by the Irregulars.
Yeah, I was very surprised they actually went that far around. I was thinking maybe city side if we would do some kind of flanking just to get somewhere near the point, but they really went for the flank. That's for sure.
Maybe they were hoping that that Flaming Surats would be posted up on Hamburger Hill.
Yes, I mean it is a popular place to be on that map. Getting good lines across almost the entire map, good for some long range trade. So, I mean, the assumption isn't bad. I mean, there's maybe one mech for Overwatch and stuff like that, but if the enemy doesn't see you, they are going to congregate together. So you're not going to get them to spread out that much, especially when it's 5v5s like this.
That is fair. Ooh, I forgot to make an announcement for this match, but you know what? Direwolf has got me. Direwolf put out that announcement, so we good. And just now realizing that the last drop was done entirely in the lobby view. I forgot to switch scenes over to the match scene, so everybody gets to watch it in the small screen. EU servers. It is on the EU server.
Yes, it is an EU server.
Oh well.
Probably a force of habit. Just making double check.
Yeah. I get it.
Yeah. But like I said, it's interesting. And this drop is going to be very interesting to see what people bring.
Oh yeah.
It's not going to be the all 500 tons. So there are leeways here. How heavy are they going to go on some of the mechs? Are they actually going to go on spreading the tonnage out by on all 5 mechs, or are they going to go super heavier on something and put in a medium or something like that? So this is going to be interesting to see.
Been seeing a lot of ERPs and large lasers on this drop.
Yeah, and you got 2 good trading spots, both the gas station and the so-called Hamburger Hill. So both sides have trading positions, and there are also those closer to the city side, so to speak. So I mean, there's definitely views for trading from range, and most mechs in this weight's not gonna be that fast. So you could get a mech in the open and bring it down quite fast with, say, Irregulars, PPC, Gauss, even hags could be used.
Hags could
For
be
those
used.
Yeah, it's an interesting one. But yeah, we'll see. I think it's trading positions are, awkward to find in a 5v5. No, so I think it's going to be more of the same. I think it depends. Regulars might do something, like ATMs or Lerms, or I don't know. They seem to be surprising us on every term.
I mean, I feel like that's just kind of what they do.
Oh, they do. But that's the fun part. You never know what's going to happen.
Now, I will say from the ticket, I really hope that they bring LRMs. I hope that both sides bring LRMs.
That would be a huge surprise, especially on this drop to be going that big on LRMs. But yeah, I mean, who knows? It could happen. I would be very surprised if ER does that though. But the Irregulars, yeah, like I said, you never know what they might bring. They can do all kinds of shenanigans.
Yeah. Alrighty, going into the final drop for this match. Currently, the score, if you don't know it, Fritzer, is 24 Flaming Surats, 9 for the Irregulars.
All right. Well, let's see if the Irregulars can get a 5 points here and even up the score a little bit.
Maybe. Here's hoping.
Indeed. I mean, it's the first match of the tournament, so I mean, it's a long way to go, but every point counts. So even if you're down, getting a couple of mechs down is still better than just leaving it be.
over here on the Surats side, we have 4 stone rhinos and a shadow cat. Stone Rhino 1, 4 AC-10, 2 plasma, 4 AC-10, 2 plasma, 4 AC-10, 2 plasma, 4 AC-10, 2 plasma, and on the shadow cat we got 2 ER large, 2 small pulse, 5 LMG.
Alright, on the other side we have Night Gears with, oh, interesting, 2 ER large, 3 AC5s, and a micro pulse laser. We have Direwolf C with Hag 40s, ATM 12, and 8. And then another Direwolf here with the normal ER larges and 2 Gauss, so 4 ER large on that one. Another Night Gear, AC5s and 2 ER large on that one. And then another Direwolf actually with the LBX2s across the board. So interesting builds across the board here.
Very interesting.
So yeah, 3 Direwolves and 2 Night Gears here.
Flaming Surats bringing a super standardized drop deck. You know, just saying, hey, you know what? All the mechs are going to be exactly the same. You know, and this actually causes kind of the zebra effect in comp. You know, when you run all the same mechs with all the same name, you know, if somebody says, hey, target the Stone Rhino, well, which Stone Rhino? You know, team has to.
Oh, indeed.
The drop caller has to spend more time explaining which mech to actually target for his team to focus fire.
Oh, and Stone Rhinos are actually moving up. They're being very aggressive towards Theta.
I think that's actually the smart move to make.
Yeah, they're getting out of those AC2 range, getting into optimal range here.
Yep.
Mean is getting focused, he's being damaged hard.
Yeah, Das Mean Leem getting halved, but he still has, you know, half his mech that's still pretty fresh. Ooh, right torso getting open.
Resource point Theta is ours.
Alpha goes down.
Clap in the front, just letting loose with those plasma cannons. Stone Rhino's now pushing up over and cresting the hill. Pops Fatten laying into Hedgehog, twisting damage from the Direwolves on his right.
I mean, the regulars are taking the fight quite well up here on this top. They are a little bit disadvantaged with some of the mechs having ATMs.
Yep.
Not getting locks. And also the tonnage difference is making a difference here against Night Gears against the Stone Rhinos.
Yep. Direwolves backing off of Hamburger Hill, holding that S key. While the Stone Rhinos just continue marching forward. Down goes Grinning Thief. All that's left is Brother Baron. It doesn't look like he's long for this world.
We've gathered enough resources. This triumph will provide us huge tactical benefits.
So shiny. Such a shiny mech.
Indeed. Interesting setup here.
Yep. And that is a 5-1 win for Flaming Surats.
Stone Rhinos are coming in huge on that play. The tanking that they can do when they're moving across that open space.
Yep. So, Flaming Surats walking away with a perfect week this week. 30 points in total. Irregulars walking away with 10 points. Very nicely done, Flaming Surats. Well played. Very well played. Alrighty. Well, that's it for my casts today. I don't know if there's any other casts going on today. Nothing on the caster sheet. But I don't know, maybe somebody. No. Yeah, no, looks like this is the last cast for this week, week 1 of Tournament of Stars. Yeah. Anywho, thank you so much, Fritzer, for coming out and co-casting with me.
Well, thank you yourself for giving me the chance. Good learning experiences. This was my first one.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I look forward to seeing you cast your own matches, solo casting matches. If you ever feel like you're under pressure, just remember to have fun with the casts, right? Nobody expects you to be perfect.
No one is. So. But thank you for the support.
Yeah. Anyways, thank you everybody for coming out, supporting MechWarrior Online Comp, or MWO Comp, supporting these teams, supporting us casters, and really supporting the game. Thank you, Mr. Bear, for putting on Tournament of Stars for the 3rd time now. Thank you, Live-ish and Kraz, for keeping MWO Comp alive and kicking. Yeah. Thanks, everybody. Drink water, stay hydrated. Those summer months are upon us, so, it's going to get a little toasty. So, yeah, just make sure you're staying hydrated. That being said, I'm Luscious Balzac from FJRD. Joining me today was Fritzer, and this stream is about to end, so, you know what? As always, keep it luscious.